Dutch tuba-playing superstar Perry Hoogendijk was born and bred in the brass-playing world, and yet he still ended up at the bottom of the pile, musically speaking, of course. To be a tuba player, you must first have a sense of humour, but then secondly, you must be fit just to carry the thing. Perry, I mean, it's an extraordinary looking thing. Why on earth would you pick up an instrument like this?
Well, this is a question I ask myself sometimes too. No, but of course, you know, it starts most of the time with your parents. So my dad, he was a professional euphonium player, and I started playing euphonium as well. And what I remember of these times when I picked up the bigger instrument, I just loved playing these low notes in my dad's wind bands. Just being the lowest voice was just tremendous.
You studied tuba at Conservatoire?
Well, when I went to the conservatory, there was tuba and piano, of course, and trombone.
And so you're jumping between different instruments.
Yeah.
How many brass instruments do you play?
Well, it's actually, I play a big range of tubas, which goes from super big German B-flat contrabass tuba to the very, very small narrowed F tuba.
But of course, as a brass player, breathing is the sort of ultimate thing.
Yes, absolutely. And this is what I learned, you know, going to a great teacher, Arnold Jacobs. I actually had to go to him because I was not understanding completely right the way of breathing. And if you just imagine, you know, so for any low playing and a bit louder playing, the rates of airflows are like 3 to 5 liters in 1 second. And that means, so you lose the air, but you also need to very, very quickly replenish the air because you know you don't want to cut off a line or whatever it is that you need to do.
So you've learned how to breathe. I mean, can you teach anybody how to breathe better?
I think I can. Actually, let's try it on you. Let's see how you can breathe properly.
Okay.
The big thing is that if you get stressed, you know, like this, when you get scared, the mechanism, the reflex to this is actually, and then this goes hard. This is just for defense or, you know, or wanting to run away. So you want to actually override these mechanisms. Otherwise, the air will stop. Now, can you put your finger on your lips like this and go, bam. I just taught you a very efficient breath.
That's tuba playing?
That's tuba playing.
Wow.
So you really listen to this beautiful suction sound of the air. And actually, when you blow out, of course, because we need to make a vibration with the lips, you blow the air past the lips. But sucking the air in with the lips is actually very, very efficient.
Wow. With a tuba, of course, you're sat at the back of the orchestra.
Yeah.
Nobody really thinks of it as a solo instrument because it actually isn't. But there are solo moments. I mean, we have been privileged, I have been privileged to be sat in the orchestra whilst you're doing a solo concerto in Vaughan Williams, of course. How is that? I mean, that's such a big step.
Yeah, absolutely. So this was maybe one of the most intense things I did in my life. I mean, I did many things like auditions and stuff like this, but being in front of my colleagues, you know, which I respect very, very much, I had the feeling like, man, don't screw this up. So this was very much in my brain all the time. And so the only thing that really helped me a lot was what I do a lot with my students is mental training. So I did a lot of mental training, but then playing with my colleagues was, man, it was magic. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it was for us as well. What's the most beautiful thing about your playing is that you can't really tell that it's a tuba, it's just more music. And for that, as a fellow bass group member, I'm extremely grateful. Thank you so much, Perry. It's been completely fascinating speaking to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was very nice. Thank you, Dom.